In Uganda, power theft turns deadly for many, despite danger warnings. Locals keep these deaths a secret, attributing them to snake bites. The numbers are high because people continue dying and are buried in secrecy. Reports indicate that power theft contributes to a substantial financial loss to the country. According to UMEME, within a period of 12 months, they lose an average of about 100 million Uganda shillings. Of the 100 million, Kampala alone contributes 40 million only in power theft, and this is a lot of money if looked at in terms of investment to improve the network. The Ugandan Parliament is now set to review the electricity law, which seeks to set stiff penalties for stealing electricity, electrical equipment, and vandalism of facilities. Peter Kauju, a corporate communications officer at UMEME, says that if this is passed into law, it will reduce on power theft.
The country right now is experiencing a lot of challenges because of vandalism, and vandalism happens when people interfere with the network illegally. Electricity is a highly dangerous product or service, and so you ideally should be able to access it when you're legally allowed to do that. But we have had a number of people getting to the network and vandalizing. Some cut the cables down, others cut the poles, others siphon transformer oils, which causes a big disruption to the community when there is non-supply of electricity as a result of vandalism. So what has happened is that the sector players had to moot a plan, and there is an amendment to the Electricity Act of 1999, and the plan is to make the penalties quite punitive, that if somebody is found stealing or illegally interfering with the network, the penalties should be heavier.
The country has suffered severe load shedding whenever there is vandalism of the key electrical installation. Ruth Nankabira, the Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, tabled the Electricity Amendment Bill 2022 on the floor of Parliament. The bill went to the Committee on Natural Resources to produce a report on government's proposals to bring changes in the management and the regulation of the electricity sector.
Initially, people felt that because the penalties were a little bit lenient, it would not deter people from interfering with the network. But now, with the proposals in the amendment, are that if you're found, stealing anything, you're fined or you're penalized heavily. So we have very high confidence and belief that once this becomes law, it's going to help us a lot in terms of protecting the public infrastructure, because people forget that all this infrastructure goes to them to serve them, and for us, we run the lines on behalf of government. And so when you vandalize and cut a cable and interrupt with a line, the money would have used to possibly invest in another area so we can increase on accessibility. We have to end up replacing what has been removed or damaged. So we believe that the amendments, the proposed amendments, are good, and they will go a long way in keeping people in their lanes, in terms of if you know you're not authorized to do anything on the network, then you don't go there. If you're found in breach, then you face the consequences of the law. So we believe that this will be a great move in terms of protecting the electricity infrastructure in this country. I mean, it doesn't only happen to the electricity lines. You see even on the roads, road signages are picked, the guardrails are stolen, and so you find that people meet accidents because there is no warning ahead. All the signage has been, stolen. So it's really geared towards improving our behavior of our people.
Lwansonga nti ekisooka amasanyalaze ga bbeeyi ennaku zino. Ekirala amasanyalaze abamu bagenda ne basasula bafuna amasanyalaze ne bamala omwaka mulamba nga tafuna.
Power is expensive. People pay their money, but the responsible people delay to connect them. Others have to bribe to speed up the connection process.
Amasanyalaze bateekayo abamu nguzi ne balyoka ne bafuna amangu amasanyalaze, kati abatasobola kutuukirira banene y'ensonga lwaki babba amasanyalaze kubanga bageetaaga.
The law further seeks to improve the process of generation, transmission, distribution, purchase and consumption of electricity. The current laws governing the sector are rather outdated and rigid. The current law has many inconsistencies which impede the power sector. The proposals seek to streamline operations in the power sector and introduce flexibility in implementation of law. The bill as well seeks to increase funds allocated to the Electricity Regulatory Authority from 0.3% to 0.7% of the revenue received from electrical energy to improve its regulation of the sector. It also seeks to empower the Energy Minister to prescribe the procedure or transfer of generation assets to the government.
So nze ndowooza nti gavumenti yandituyambye ekyo ekyokubeera okuyita mu nkukutu.
They should even reduce the electricity price. Moreover, it's always on and off. I wonder why.
Tunulira ffe bananyini masanyalaze wano okugafuna ga bulumi gavaavaako abagalina kati n'oba ng'osoberwa.
We carry out sensitization campaigns to ensure that people who have probably illegally connected to the network can get a chance to regularize their connections, because there are people who are genuinely paying for power, and then there are those that steal power, if I can put it plainly. And when you steal power, you actually you inconvenience the person who was rightfully paid for power, and then you also cause a big risk, because a number of them, the material that they use for these illegal connections, very dangerous. And so you have heard of some of the lives we have lost as a result of people trying to connect illegally. So we decided that we sensitize people, and this sensitization has been ongoing, but also have a campaign which we've been running, which we run actually hand in hand with the Uganda Police Force. So that operation is called Komboa, and it is still ongoing.
Reports from the Ministry of Energy shows that access to national electricity grid stands at 19%, while off-grid connections, mainly solar power, stands at 38%. The ministry further says that the current levels of electricity connectivity access is at 57%. More information from the Ministry of Energy shows that the low level of electricity connectivity is a major barrier for economic development and poverty reduction, mostly in remote areas from the national grid.
Gano batugenda ne batulimba nti unit ogenda gigula nusu 750 ogenda omaliriza nga gwe okutunuliramu ngo otadde nusu 10 osubiramu unit nga 15 ogenda okola abakuwaddemu unit nga 7 kati ekyo ekintu singa babeera bakikoze mu bulungi ne bagamba
They do lie to us that a unit is 750, but when you pay 1,000 expecting more units, they end up giving you less units.
kati webanga bangamba nti ya 750 ate nga amaliriza njiguze nusu 10 ekitegeeza nze wenfunayo kamyufu nga amuwa omutwalo gwange nanteerako nemba nga sisasula omwezi gugwako nkozeseza mutwalo mba nfuna oyo wa kamyufu nampayalingira amasaze n'ensonga nso okuyisaawo ekya.
So they connect this one to take the power. You can imagine it's a live one and it's passing under the ground.
Upon its enactment, the law will empower the line minister to prescribe the procedure for transfer of generation assets to the government and prescribe the circumstances under which a holder of a generation license or a transmission license may apply electricity to persons other than a bulk supplier. Bedson Mumbere, Smart 24 TV.